Are you facial recognizing me right now? I'm sorry, who are you? Why are you videotaping me?
I am a reporter with the Detroit News.
Oh, there you go.
This represents all our green lights. So this is live video. You see the movements at gas stations, stores. So that represents live. On the left panel, that represents our traffic cameras. Again, all live. Now, as I go through it, first thing I say is, when you see these live videos, there is no facial recognition embedded in any of the cameras. Well, he's a manager over all the analysts now, but facial recognition. He's gone to FBI school.
So you are doing facial recognition?
Absolutely we are.
Okay.
I'm going to show you.
It just seems confusing.
I know you're going to have a lot of questions at the conclusion.
I'm just confirming.
Yeah, I'm doing it. In fact, we just got a murder suspect last week behind facial recognition. So we are doing it. Oh, and by the way, did she just say she hopes it's the right one? I'm glad you say that. I'm glad you said that too.
Chief,
I'll show you the
did
video.
you hear about me? Did you hear from me before I had the House Oversight Committee hearings? When Elijah Cummings brought it to me, that's when I was raising concerns. When I saw the Georgia, but I want you to know I'm really coming from a place of fully understanding. I've been in office for 8 months, but the last 2 committee hearings were, I mean, I was taken aback. Even my Republican colleagues were very concerned about facial recognition because all this information and databases
We
being
don't
dumped with
disagree
no protection.
We don't
of our
disagree with
residents.
the concerns.
I know.
If you just be patient with me and let me work through this. So Andrew goes through the training as all of the analysts. 24 hours of FBI biometric training. See this right here?
Mm-hmm.
That's a female.
Yeah.
The computer, not
Well, we know
Andrew.
there's it's almost close to some 60% error rates because it doesn't identify black people. You know that, Chief.
I know that. I give you. I
Chief,
take you. I take
the
you.
error rate among African Americans, especially women, is
I understand the technology real well.
60%.
I understand. That's why I'm taking you through it personally.
I know.
Okay, so
Just see if you can get some of our money back until they fix it.
no,
Okay? Just saying,
No.
you might have
no.
an opportunity.
So you see this female.
Yeah.
The computer is wrong. Andrew knew right away as he's going through it. Okay, that's not a match. We know that going into this, that the computer is not at 100%. A match is a tool only.
No, my question is this solely what's used to prosecute
No,
somebody in any cases?
absolutely not. Never.
You know what, and also analysts need to be African Americans, not people that are not. Because let me tell you, no, it happens all the time.
Okay.
It's true.
Okay.
I mean, I think non-African Americans think African Americans all look the same. I think non-African Americans think African Americans all look the same. All look the same. All look the same. I'm just saying.
I trust people
I know.
who are trained,
I know.
regardless of
I just-
race, regardless of gender.
Yeah.
It's about the training.
But it does make a huge difference.
So,
It does. The analysts.
take a close look. See what you
I
do.
don't know. I mean, there could be this one right here.
Oh.
Just like because the bottom lip, because the bottom lip, because the bottom lip.
So that's him.
How do you know?
So,
Go do the other. How do you know? So you can't say it's him. It's allegedly him. The lawyer talking me. I'm just telling you, it's allegedly him. Go figure it
Right,
out if it
but
was him.
again, it's only developing.
Please don't post that because he hasn't been prosecuted.
No, we have a warrant for him
I know.
signed by the Wayne County
I know. But
prosecutor.
just wait until he's found guilty. It's his
So-
life we're talking about.
That's
Yeah,
why
but
we
you
use
know what?
allegedly until there's
Let me
been a
stop you right
conviction.
there. Please
Yeah.
indulge me for a moment.
I know, Chief.
It's his life.
I know
But
that.
guess whose else life?
I know.
The victims.
Yeah.
And guess what? We never talk about the victim. What about that victim's rights? What about the family of the victims? What about their justice?
Do you guys have witnesses as well?
Yes,
They
we
go out
have.
there, yeah.
Yes.
Because
So
the warrant was not issued solely based on this, was it?
no, it wasn't.
Okay.
So work with me. Work with me.
Did this assuage any of your concerns at
No,
all?
I mean, as you probably heard me say, I think that we got to make sure that it's not expanded to a point, on public housing and people's privacy. I mean, these are where people live, and it'd be very dehumanizing to be surveillance at your own place of home. And then also using federal dollars or something that is, we may not want to use the word broken, it seems to bother the chief, but it's a flawed system still. And we call system, software, whatever the terminology is being used, the fact of the matter is it doesn't identify black men and women properly. It misidentifies them more than
And I got to ask you on the racial element, are you saying white people are not qualified to?
No, I think there has actually been studies out that it's hard for Like African Americans would identify African Americans similar, Latino, same thing.
Okay,
And
so in a white, and then in a white community, you're
just
saying black
focus on
people
this.
shouldn't be in
No,
that?
I said,
I'm just asking you to explain it, ma'am, that's all.
oh, no, George, look it up.
The fact that she made that statement, what does that say to the members of this department who are analysts, who are trained, who are white, that they in some way can't do their job professionally? That's insulting.
This is me protecting my residents. My residents ask me to do my job, and my job is to make sure they're not going to be misidentified and detained or falsely arrested because he's using broken technology.
But here's what's troubling. As a police chief who happens to be African American in this city, if I made a similar statement, people will be calling for my resignation right now. We know that. So is it a double standard? And that's the number one question I have.
We repeatedly asked Tlaib today if she stands by her comment.
I stand behind my comments that facial recognition technology is broken and that relying on an analyst that might not be reflective of the suspect is flawed in itself as well.